Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? We're now back again. Hopefully, I know it was a lot of information in the last actual lesson dealing with the check-in day, right? Now we're getting to the actual lesson 5, which is going to be inpatient or outpatient. Which is better for you, right? And the clinical study secrets, this is secret number 2, the step-by-step process to increase your cash flow by leveraging various studies without even having side effects. So, lesson 5, I'm going to write this down here, illustrate it for you. Number 5, which is the inpatient or outpatient. Inpatient, there's a lot of talk about this. Our outpatient, right? A lot of people wonder, right, what's better? Well, in my take in doing these studies, I wouldn't really say it's a course. I'd actually say, just like I wrote here, this is what it boils down to. Really, what's better for you? That's what I would say. Because in dealing with these actual studies, there's going to be so many. It's so many studies. So it's not a lot of time I would spend on this lesson, but I do want to let you know that, when you're doing the studies, mainly this is just a rule of thumb. It's not so much of a lesson, but it is going to help you because it's a rule of thumb. You might wonder, what is inpatient, outpatient, right? Well, what inpatient, or you might also see it marked like this: OPV, or, oh, wait a minute, that's not O, right? You might see it like this sometimes: inpatient or outpatient, right? So that's inpatient visit or outpatient visit. So it really is about what's best for you. I could tell you right now just some little tips and little things, little nuggets about it. Inpatient will always pay more. It always pays more than the outpatient. And the reason why is because the inpatient, you're staying there. You're sacrificing your time with your family. They know that you're sacrificing your time with your loved ones, maybe even a job, right? You're jeopardizing a job, perhaps, right? Which is obviously, that's for if you're inpatient. The goal of this is, like I said, you're one study away from changing your whole entire life, right? And we're about escaping the rat race, right? That's what this whole thing is about for you, to escape the rat race, to get you rich and wealthy, right? So really, we're not concerned about that point if you're jeopardizing the job, right? You don't want the job anyway, right? You don't want a job. Remember we talked about that? You want to be a boss, right? You want to be a B or an I, right? A big business owner or an investor, money working for you. That's it. You don't want to be at a job, right? That's the goal, okay? But to get back, inpatient, it always pays more. Usually you spend between 200. It could be anywhere from the inpatient could be anywhere between somewhere around 200 a day, and I've seen them sometimes till 300 a day or more, right? And that's per day, okay? And it's just something that might be not a lot of money, but the thing is this: you got to look at it as this: you're getting paid that to literally sit on your butt, on your tush, right? You're sitting, not doing anything, like being a couch potato, watching movies. All these facilities have free internet, so you can go online anytime. A lot of them have computers as well. I told y'all in the last on check-in day all the things that you have with the rooms, the activity rooms and all that, but you also have the internet. You have like a computer room, so you could be online, taking care of your work, taking care of your business, or just browsing, right? You also are getting paid this to eat. You're getting paid to sleep. A lot of people take rest. They nap. They get a lot of rest that they didn't get when they were outside because they got responsibilities, obligations, right? Look at me. I tell a lot of people I have 8 children. One beautiful one handsome prince, and I got 7 beautiful princesses, right? Take up a lot of time, a lot of energy, right? You know, and we got to give a shout out, kudos to the mothers with that, because mothers do a grandiose job. Got to give them a shout out for what they do, right? But anyway, but yeah, you're literally making this money doing it. It's boring. I mean, that's why I said this is my boring process, right? When y'all first seen this actual offer on my page, when you first came in and you found me or whatnot, it's because it was my boring process to become a 6-figure lab rat, a 6-figure rich lab rat. It was boring because this process, you're getting paid to stay here. Now, it's not just the 200 to 300 a day that you're getting overnight. For inpatient, you're also getting a bonus when it's all over. When you complete the whole study and it's done and you're still there, right? You still did it, like the other peers you have, the other people, the other participants, you all get a bonus. You get bonus pay. The bonus pay is what jacks it up a lot, right? It scales it. It could be like 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. It could be a lot, the bonus, okay? But that's only if you are, you know, staying on time. You're not late all the time. Because remember, everything is timed. Everything is done by time on these actual studies, right? It's by time, everything. You have to be at your procedure ahead of time, perhaps 2, 3 to 5 minutes ahead of time to be at your procedure. I say 5 to 10 minutes. Set an alarm on your phone where you're not late, because a lot of times they will dock you. And what I mean is they take money from your paycheck. They make a note of it if you're constantly late or you're not on time, because you're messing up the data. You're messing up what they're trying to collect, which is all the data, you know, all that data they're collecting. If you're late, it's throwing it off, right? And the next person behind you, you know, it might be late and different things of that nature. So they start doing things of repercussions, penalties for you being late, which is they charge you for that. So you don't want to be late, right? That's the only thing about inpatient. Make sure you're on time to your procedures, lunch, breakfast, dinner, snack. Make sure you're on time for all of these events. When you're doing your blood, when you're doing your EKG, your vitals, you know, make sure you're on time for these events so you can get all your check. You can get all the money that's coming to you, okay? Outpatient. Outpatient works for those who are, you know, they're working at a job or you have a lot of responsibilities and you can't get away. These studies are still good for you, right? There's a lot of people who they just have a demanding schedule. They can't get away. Well, they might can go for a day or 2 or 3 to do the little process of taking the medicine, and then everything else can be done outside. They have some studies now in some of these facilities. You don't even have to take the medicine at the facility. A lot of times they'll give it to you. You could take it home and you could do it at home, and they'll give you a daily little diary, right? And you write in there a note, or it could be on the computer where you log in, let them know when you're taking it, and let them know the process of what happened, what's going on. So there's plenty of things where they're flexible, where they work with you if you do want to do the outpatient, where you don't want to be, you know, in a facility all this time. Okay? So they do work with you. So that's a good thing. They work with you and it's all for your benefit. Like I said, they're all about your safety. They're wanting to monitor your safety more than anything. All right? So, but just like I said, it's pretty much up to you. It's what's better for you. It's you. What is better for you? That's really what it all boils down to. It all boils down to what works for your schedule, with your family, with your loved ones, with your responsibilities, things of that nature, right? We know everybody can't do a 30-day study, a 20-day study, and keep a job, right? We know everybody can't do that, and then they have bills coming in, and they have to pay that, or they have rent or mortgage or whatever, and they have to pay that. We understand these things. That's why a lot of times they'll give you your check. If you are inpatient, they look to work with you. They look to be flexible. They'll give you a check ahead of time. A lot of times they'll let you deposit that to your bank. You can send money out to people. A lot of times also outpatient, you could take care of a lot of errands, chores, things you got to do, of course. Because inpatient, that's the thing about inpatient. Yes, it pays more. Yes, you have more that they give you. But at the same time, you can't really leave if you want to get all your money. You can leave whenever you want to, but they'll just cut a lot of your money, like half or more if you leave early or something like that, right? You can't have people really come up to visit you, because remember, you're contacting the outside world, and something they have could bring it in, and they're very compliant about HIPAA laws. They're very compliant about what's going in. They even tape up your phones. Anything that has your phone, computer, anything that has a camera lens, iPad, iPod, iMac, anything, they tape that up a little blue or red or what depends on the study, the piece of tape that's tamper proof. So if you peel that tape off, they'll know it. Or if you try to tamper with it, they'll know it, right? Because it just shows something on there. And a lot of times they'll take it off when you leave, right? But they put it on there when you come because they don't want you taking pictures of other people, showing other people that's impatient with you. I mean, that's like violating people's privacy rights. You know what I mean? So hopefully that breaks that down for you about the difference between inpatient and outpatient. It really depends on you. I've always found inpatient to be the best for me, but that's always because, you know, I had helping with my children, things of that nature. And then I took that money when I got a very big chunk of money, and I can take care of everything that needs to be done in a great amount of time, right? But outpatient, I've done those sometimes too. When things got hectic on my businesses and things start taking off, I couldn't do the big inpatients anymore, right? Because I was making so much money coming in, there was no need to do these. So I was just doing outpatient. You know, I'll go whenever I'm in town, I'll do a study. Maybe it may be 5 days for like $3,000, $3,000. I'm like, hey, that's advertising money to me. I could use that to advertise online for my funnels, you know, for my sales funnels, my sales offers, you know, different things of that nature. And it works. Or I could put it in investments, right? So, and I would only have to go there like 5 times, like 3,000, but 5 times to show up. You can't beat it, right? So it just depends what works for you. Just make sure you know that, you know, this is the money maker usually, the inpatient. The inpatient one right here. This usually is the money maker, okay? And with that being said, yep, that's it for this lesson. And I hope everything is good. I hope that you got this. Hope it was valuable. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.